Good Saturday morning to you. Yeah, I'm a little bit late this morning. I got to talking to one of my neighbors when I was out for my little walk. Then I ran around the building. All my neighbors know I walk. They say hi. Anyway, it was a social interaction, and I'm not real social right now, so that was a good thing, right? So anyway, but they're moving, and that's sad. Anyway, so I hope you're having a good morning, though. Waiting for everybody to kind of jump on here. Just I want to say, make a real quick announcement, and I know most of y'all, especially on Saturdays, if you watch it all, you don't always catch it live, so that's okay. So anyway, the link to my bookstore is in the description. You want to go there and check it out because I think I found something this morning that's going to work a whole lot better for me. And so I'm looking at a website possibility. Got to do a little more exploring and see money wise and see if it's going to be beneficial. But it's a site I can actually put my ebooks, I can put coursework on there, I can put everything on it if I want to do. Like I've got a course I'm working on. It's a book I've already written on leadership. It's a workbook, and I'm turning it into like a course. And so it'll be a little different, but it'll kind of be the same material. So I think I can put everything on it. So if it's comparable price wise, I'm going to be changing it. So you might run over there and check out and see if there's anything you want to get because there's a possibility of things being down a day or two in between. I don't know. I might keep them both up for a little bit. I don't know. See which one does better, but we'll see. Anyway, so lots of things going on. I got lots of things going on. I got some books in the works, some more devotionals that I'm actually working on, and some things I'm wanting to do with what I've already got. So there's a lot of exciting things. You're going to want to hang around and see what happens, right? Anyway, I hope you're having a great morning, and I hope you're having a great week. I hope you had a great week. This week is about over. You got the rest of today to enjoy it, right? So I went back to Psalm 143 this morning, like I said I probably would, and I just read over it 2 or 3 times. I was reading over it and just thinking about some of the things, reaching out for God. I meditate on your works. I think about the work of your hands. And sometimes, Psalm 77 says if you can't remember what he's doing right now, if you don't see him doing anything right now, just go back and thank him for things he's already done. And so I think sometimes when we go back and thank him for things and think about things that he's already done for us, maybe you got a big breakthrough somewhere, or maybe you were healed, or maybe I don't know, fill in the blank. You got a story, right? You probably got a better story than mine, right? But you've got a story, where he's come through for you and you knew there was no way it was anything but God. And when you go back and look at those things, it encourages you encourage yourself in your faith. You give yourself another reason to trust God for today, and that's what we're talking about this morning, is trusting him. Just another day to trust him. No matter what's going on in your world, no matter what's going on in your mind, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's going on anywhere. We woke up this morning. You're here. Maybe you're drinking your coffee. Maybe you're listening to me on your phone as you're driving. Maybe maybe it's tomorrow already for you. You don't listen till tomorrow. Maybe you're listening to, I don't know, whatever it is. But it's a new day, and that means we've got another day to just trust him. And so I looked through this because one of the devotionals I'm working on is called Command the Morning, and the subtitle is "And the Rest of the Day Will Follow." And it's kind of a powerful focus on God in the morning type devotional, and then the rest your emotions are going to follow that the rest of the day, no matter what comes the rest of the day, right? So you command that morning, and then you tell yourself basically things like we see in Psalms. Today I'm going to trust God. Today I'm going to believe everything he said about me. Today I'm going to meditate on his word, make those declarations. And so you command the morning. So my mind is on the morning because I'm working on that devotional, right? And so that's one of the things that I liked about Psalm 143 yesterday, where he said, cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning, right? And so, but the reference to that scripture took me back to a real familiar psalm that we've spent a lot of time in. I've spent a lot of time in it personally. I even wrote a song off of verse 10, "Be still and know that I'm God." Comes out in at least two of the songs that I've written over the years, right? And so, but in Psalm 46, it says that in verse 5, it says, Psalm 46, 5 says, God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God shall help her just at the break of dawn. And that phrase caught me caught my attention mostly because that's what I've been studying on lately, right? And it's about just commanding your morning, getting up, grabbing that coffee, tea, water, whatever it is you drink, and in the morning, because most of us drink something in the morning, right? And sitting down with the Word and just making that your primary focus in the morning. Whatever you focus on in the morning is going to rule you the rest of the day. If some mornings I get up going, oh, this work, 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 and I'll get focused on work, and it runs the rest of my day. Whatever you focus on in the morning is what you're giving your first attention. It's kind of like the first fruits of your attention, right? And then it's going to command the rest of your day because it's got your attention, And so I want to give my attention to prayer. I want to give my attention to the Word. And so I'm working on scriptures about the morning, and so this one stood out to me. God will help her just at the break of dawn. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it feels like I pray and 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 I read and I study and I pray and I pray and I pray and I ask and I beg, any other word you want to give for it, right? And then just when it looks the darkest, God breaks through. And I'm like, you could have done that 3 weeks ago and saved me all this stress, God. Right? Doesn't he understand that? No, but right at the break of dawn, just at the last second, it's always darkest right before dawn. And that is absolutely scientifically true, right? Right before that light breaks through at dawn, the sun is in a position, the earth is in a position because the sun doesn't move, right? The earth is in a position the furthest from the sun and it looks the darkest, but we don't stay there. It doesn't take but a second for the light to begin to break through. But that moment right before then is so dark. But it says God will help her just at the break of dawn. When it looks dark and it looks like, oh my goodness, everything is fixing to go under, I'm going to lose it all, whatever you fill in the blank, because you got your story, right? You fill in the blank. God's going to come through. He never fails. And we just have to continue to put our trust in him. And today is a good day to do that. Today is a great day to just go, God, here's everything on my list. I don't see how this is going to work out. I don't see how this is going to come together. I don't see how this is going to be sustainable. So I'm just going to trust you. And when you get yourself in that position, that's the safest place you can be. That's the most solid foundation you're ever going to stand on. You've got something to build on when you just go, God, here's my list. Because he don't mind your list, but you give that list to him and go, I'm going to trust you with all of this. And that was what I was praying about actually this morning when I discovered this new website design that I think is going to work. I was going, I don't know what to do with this. There's this and there's this and there's this. What do I do, God? And I had an idea for a search. And it was smarter than me, so I just kind of have to think maybe God gave me the idea, right? It was smarter than what I'd thought of. And he just led me, and all of a sudden I had hope. All of a sudden I was going, ooh, I can finish this course and put it here, and I can put the devotionals here, and I can put my study guides, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I can put my life coaching, my health coaching on the same side. I don't have to have a separate site for everything. I was like, oh, so maybe it's an answer, maybe it's not. But in that moment, there was darkness and then light. It broke through. And that's how trusting God does in our life. When we trust God, we have that moment where we're going, everything just hurts. Or maybe we're in a moment where everything looks so dark. Or maybe we're in a moment where everything just doesn't fit right. Everything's uncomfortable. Or maybe we're in a moment where everything's broke. And I've felt all of those things over the last, especially 15 years, but aren't those a part of our story too? Right? But no matter how you feel right now, God will help. And dawn will break through. There will be light again. There will be joy again. There will be health again. Life is going to go on, and your story's going to, the bad parts and the good parts of your story, the hurtful parts and the joyful parts of your story all blend together into one big testimony that says you can trust God. So we just sometimes have to remind ourselves of that. And that's what I want to encourage you to do today is no matter what's going on. And if everything's hunky-dory perfect in your life, after you wake up, then you're still going to have to trust him, right? No, there's good spots too. Everything's not bad all the time, right? Even in a difficult situation like caregiving, everything's not just horrible all the time. Is it hard? Sure. Maybe your job is hard. Sure. But in those moments, we have to learn to trust him because he is our help, right? And if we're looking for our help in another person, or we're looking for our help in our job, or we're looking for our help even in a church, and a church can, all those things can help, but they can't be our help, the help, our true help, the one that undergirds us, the one that gives us strength. That's our God. He's our refuge. And even in this psalm, it says three different, one, two, three, four different times that God is present. He's not sitting up on the throne going, I don't know how you going to work through this one. You got it? I'll step in if I need to. No, he is present in our circumstances. Good, bad, indifferent. If you're having an easy day, he's there. If you're having a difficult day, he's there. He doesn't leave because it gets complicated. He doesn't leave because it gets complex. He doesn't leave because I mess stuff up, and I do that a lot, right? He's not looking for a ticket out. He is a present help, and he will help just before dawn. In that darkest moment, he is in that darkest moment. He doesn't leave and go, it's too dark for me. I'll be back in a little bit. No, he is in those dark moments. He's in the light moments. He's in the joyful moments. He's in the sad moments. He's in the heavy moments. He's in it all. He is our help. And I just encourage you today to plan today to trust him for one more day. Make it your plan today to trust him. Make it your declaration. I will trust you, oh Lord. I can't see anything. I trust you can see. I don't feel some crazy stuff. I trust you to level me out, to help me work through whatever the situation is. Today is a great day to trust God. He is your help and he is present. So you can just peace out. Have a great day. I'll see you bright and early Monday morning.